Good morning, everybody. Welcome to week 7 of com151, Introduction to Microsoft Office. This is Mark, your instructor. Hope that you've had a good week so far, ready to start another one. This week we'll be continuing in Microsoft Excel, and we're going to start looking at making charts in Excel. Charts in Excel are fairly straightforward. There are a lot of things to learn in terms of formatting charts. And there's some things that we need to know about selection of charts, but in general, Microsoft does a really good job of helping us create charts. So with that said, think about this. On page 1 of your file, as I've said many times, may be your title page, and let's just use a home budget as the example. On your title page, you will put relevant information that you don't want to forget, or maybe your wife or significant other, husband, whoever may need to know if they ever use that file, or Lord forbid something happened to you and your executors of your estate, your family need to know something about your money situation or whatever. They could go to this title page and see information. On page 2 you may actually have your expenses or your income. Page 3 may have similar information. And then you get to kind of like page 4 of the workbook, and I like to put my charts there. I put my charts on a separate page for a couple of reasons. One, it's easy to find my charts because it gets very busy if you put all of your numbers and everything that you're doing on one page and then turn around and make charts and put them on those pages as well. Secondly, if you ever want to print something from Excel, it's very difficult. If you've got all these numbers and then you've got charts and so forth, it's hard to do a really good job of printing. So I like to have all my data on a page or two, if you will, and then the charts that refer to that data, I like to have them lined up on a separate page so that it's very easy to print. And so that's kind of why I do that. Now the interesting thing here is that there are templates that will help us with the charts. We can pick pie charts, bar charts, we can pick line charts, radar charts, X bar and R charts. I mean, the list of charts that you can do in Excel just goes on and on and on and on. And the 2 or 3 big ones obviously are your bar charts, your line charts, your pie charts. And we'll be talking this week a little bit about when and how to use each one of those charts. Because the idea about a chart is that it gives you a visual representation of all the numbers. So if it gives you an inaccurate representation or it doesn't really show you what you need, the chart really is kind of useless, if not deceptive in some ways. So picking the right chart is important. Again, I like to place those charts on a separate page for ease of use and ease of printing and that sort of thing. So imagine that on page 1 we have our information, and on page 2 we have our expenses. Now I may say, I'd like to know where all my money's going. We can obviously look at the numbers, but depending on how many numbers you have on that one Excel spreadsheet, if you do a pie chart and say break out my expenses by percentage, you may see something jump out at you visually that you didn't really know just simply looking at the numbers. Some folks are very visual, and those charts look, very helpful, if you will. So we'll be talking about that this week. There are times that we ought to use a pie chart. There are times that we use a line chart. A line chart, for example, is very good when we're looking at information over a period of time to see changes based on time. Pie charts are percentages of a whole, if you will. And bar charts, we like to see those are the, what's the biggest contributor to something or something like that. But we'll talk more about that as we go through the week. I hope that you're enjoying the class and learning. Certainly you see that Excel is a very powerful program that we can do a lot of math functions with. We can also do a lot of database work with, and now we're going to start learning to do some charting with it. Excuse me. Later this week we'll do our 4th Zoom webinar or conference call, And again, that will be let's see, Thursday night at 7 p.m. So if you can join me there, I'll be working in Excel that night and showing you some things about charts. And we will record that session so that you can watch it later. And then you can simply email me and let me know that you watched it. It is a grade for your assignments category. So this will be the fourth Zoom conference we've done. So hopefully you're watching those and letting me know, because that's really 4 100s that you get in your Zoom, in your assignment folder, that may help offset some poor grades if you got something in the actual assignments that you've been doing. So keep up the good work. I like the discussion posts. It looks like you have a good understanding of some of the things that we're talking about. Let me know if you have any kind of questions or concerns. Again, I'd like to admonish you or encourage you to go back through the grade book, make sure everything is caught up. If you've got zeros on anything other than your discussion post, you can still get those things turned in. I have to put in grades at certain periods of time, and so those zeros can act as just placeholders until you do the work. The closer we get to the end of the term, the harder it's going to be, the more stressful you're going to feel. So please take the time now to look at the grade book, see what things are missing, and what you can do to start catching those up. If you've got an assignment or a test that you got a really bad grade on, keep in mind that you do get 3 attempts at those. So you can go back and redo a test or redo an assignment if you want to try to get those things up a little bit. The only thing we really can't catch up or redo are the discussions. On the discussion posts, I do again want to encourage you to make sure that your posts are substantial. Excuse me. Just simply telling somebody, hey, I really agree with what you said, I really like what you said, is not considered a substantial post, and you're going to get dinged on your grade for that. Likewise, your first of your 2 posts are due Wednesday nights, and if you turn it in later than that, you'll get dinged on that as well. So please, those are easy things to remember, easy things to take care of that will help your grades. And so, with that said, I think that's all I have for this video update. Again, feel free to reach out to me. Let me know if you're having problems or concerns, or just need to learn a little more about Excel or what we're working on. I'm enjoying working with you. I think you're doing a great job. So keep up the work, and I'll see you in class.